when we actually value our Great Lakes and we don't allow pipelines to run under them.
Yeah.
A state that puts our children and teachers first. We in this room will not back down. We will not give up, because what is at stake in this election has never been more important. The future of Michigan, the future of our state is on the ballot in 18 days.
Yeah.
Are we going to take our state back? And our next state senator, Jeff Irwin.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to get back to work with these progressive champions in Lansing. Aren't they wonderful?
Yeah.
Are we fired up? All right, we've got 18 days. And I don't know if you've been feeling it. How many of you have been out there knocking doors or making phone calls, calling your friends?
Because when you're behind and you can't win, they change the rules so that we have to vote every single name all the way down the ballot, which is incredibly important this year, right? So every single name, this fall we vote them all, right on down the ballot. And don't forget the Michigan Supreme Court, Sam Bankstock and Megan Kavanaugh. A C, not a K, because as your United States Senator, I was proud to cast my vote no. Dr. Ford and other women were treated, which was outrageous, not only because of the tone and the tenor and the partisanship that he showed before the Senate Judiciary Committee, but I have looked extensively at his record, and it is wrong for Michigan and wrong for our country. I'm very proud to be able to suit up every single week and go into D.C. on your behalf. And I come home on the weekends. You know, I always come home on the weekends, but now I run home on the weekends to get my sanity back. And so it is, you know, and I have to tell you, I do work across the aisle to get things done for Michigan.
But you got one up here right now. Go blue!
Go blue!
And I have to address this. We have some important work to do tomorrow on the football field. See,
kick butt.
Swimmer and I agree on a lot of things. We share values. We believe everybody should have health care. But I believe only one team can win tomorrow, and that can be My name is Garland Gilchrist, and I am proud for the opportunity to work alongside you to serve the people of Michigan with your help, with your support, with our collective effort and collective action as your next Lieutenant Governor of Michigan.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I'm even more excited about the opportunity to serve with the next Governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer. As the youngest person on this ticket, I get a lot of questions about what are we going to do to make sure that young people are engaged in this process? What are we going to do to make sure that we maximize?
Listen, you've been here all afternoon, and I thank you because you're showing up for me and for Bernie and for Dana and for Jocelyn and for Garland because we are ready to show up for you. We're going to get this done in 18 days. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Counting on us. The work we are going to do, not just for the next 18 days, but for the next 4, 8 years, and to set the stage for the future of this state. For you. I am thrilled to be in Ann Arbor the night before rivalry game.
Yeah.
I told my children, don't you dare wear Michigan State stuff in there because we got to get out of there. Right? But even though we're going to have a few hours where we might disagree tomorrow, we know what unites us is a heck of a lot stronger and more important than any football game, right? And in a political environment where it is easy to feel demoralized, easy to feel like it doesn't matter, easy to feel angry about what we see every day as breaking news on CNN, that we know we have an opportunity in 18 days to show the world what kind of leadership we think.
Profound response to saying thank you. This is a very lively audience. Let me just begin by thanking all of you for coming out and to say that we have 18 days of hard work in front of us to elect Gretchen Whitmer as the next governor of the state. Brief rundown of modern American political history. And I can encapsulate it in a few words. 4 years ago, the United States of America, in its midterm election, had the lowest voter turnout since World War II. All of 36% of the American people came out to vote. It's a little bit higher here in Michigan, higher in Vermont. Higher scenario, upside down.
It took years.
Instead of having the lowest voter turnout for a midterm election in modern American history, we are going, with your help, to have the highest voter turnout.
Bernie, Bernie.
What that means, and here's where we need your help. You know, people in this country become intimidated by politics. You have friends who don't vote. They're going to give you long stories as to why they don't. My vote doesn't matter. Everybody is corrupt. Who cares? Nothing is going to change. On and on and on it goes. And your job is to sit down with those people and tell them you're not going to listen to them moaning and groaning about Donald Trump and what goes on in Washington or what goes on here in Michigan. No more complaining, no more depression, no more despair. Now is the time to stand up, fight back, and go. But if each and every one of you does what is not really that hard, and that is to say, I am going to come out to vote, but you know what? I'm going to bring my friends and my family. I'm going to drag them out. You can double or triple the vote for Gretchen for the people who is in this room today. You can double or triple the vote for somebody. Now, the reason we need Gretchen as governor, and the reason we need progressives to be winning all across this country, and this afternoon I was in Indiana. We had a great rally for a candidate who I hope and believe will be the next congressperson from her district. Tomorrow we're going to South Carolina, then we're going to Iowa, and we're heading all over this country in the next week.
Yeah!
The reason that I am doing that is not just the policies, the ugly, vicious policies that are coming out of Washington. And I want to say a word to the people of Michigan who may be watching this online, who voted for Donald Trump. I understand why many of you voted for Donald Trump. You're hurting financially. You're working longer hours for lower wages. You're worried about your kids. You're worried about your jobs leaving this country. But what I want to say to you, and I think most Americans now understand, is that in Donald Trump, we have a president who is a pathological liar.
Yeah! You're right.
He told the American people and the people of Vermont and Michigan one thing, but he ended up doing exactly the opposite. You may remember that Donald Trump said that I am a different type of Republican. I'm not Paul Ryan and I'm not Mitch McConnell. I, Donald Trump, if I get elected, I am not going to cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. Remember he said that?
Yeah!
Well, he lied.
Yes, he did.
Because the last budget that he brought forth included a $1 trillion cut in Medicaid, $500 billion in Medicare, and $72 billion in the Social Security